Hello everybody, welcome back to MicroTopia. We learned a little bit about the floral island scanner. We know now that we actually need to build it over here on our desert island, where we have kind of started a little bit to bring in a few of these stockpiles of copper at least. So we have a few of the things. We need that for the wire, for example. So this one only goes in this biome. So we can't actually build it on our main city or main island. So we're gonna need some wires, we're gonna need some concrete, and we're gonna need some light bulbs. Wires is of course made out of the copper right here. For the light bulbs, all the way up here we have a bunch of glass. We can use that to produce the light bulbs. And for the concrete, which is maybe the one that's a little bit more tricky, we're actually gonna need our drones that we're gonna have to start the production for again. Probably just by dropping this guy down to 1. And having them actually go and becoming drones instead of becoming... This is the travel path for our scientists. So if we do that, we can have them actually put a dispenser right here. And that will allow us to have, if I can do it correctly, we can have a dispenser right there. We can then connect said dispenser all the way over here to this building right here. This one contains all of our concrete, which is one of the resources that we need. So if we connect that, we'll see when they come out of here. Maybe he already left. Yes, here he is. So if we take a look at this guy, we can see... Unfortunately, he didn't actually make it. That's fine. That's fine. What we will have to do is we're gonna need a stockpile right here. So I will just place that down. So when they actually make it over here, they will place everything on that stockpile. It's not a very efficient way of moving them around, but it's the one option we have right now. So they will pick up one of those concrete guys. We don't need too many, and he will then bring that over to our other island. So we hear the bus coming in here. This guy is just about to land. He will then drop off the concrete right here, which will instantly start our first percent on our floral island scanner. Next up, we're gonna have to work on this wire as well as the light bulbs. So I think what we're going to start with is probably the light bulbs then. If we can do that, that will be pretty good. It's going to be something that we will build around here. It's going to be a hauling job to do that. So there we have a quick little route that we can use to bring in all of the glass that we might need. Hopefully that should be pretty darn good. We can just make sure that this guy doesn't mess anything up and just tell him that, hey, you should actually only have glass. Do we have glass in here? You not get glass until you have actually mined any of it. That's probably how it works. All right. So once they put glass on it, we will be able to select glass, I think. Very nice. So what we need to do then is we need to actually bring these guys over here. I'm curious, how many do we actually want? Anything that doesn't go here, I guess we can tell to just head up and do our other route, right? It's very far. I almost think we should have flown them over there, but oh well. That'll be fine, that'll be fine. So they will just fill up here. We have a limit for these guys of 8. We should be producing more drones than 8 of them. So that should be just fine. This guy is going okay. We're doing 6 here now. We're also working on the light bulbs and the wires. To be able to do the wires, we're gonna need to get some upgrades. So first off, we're gonna need to get the glass. So once we have 50 pieces of glass, we can actually unlock the option to produce glass as well as the light bulbs. But in the meantime, we have already done the scrap copper, so we can continue with the copper. That allows us to build that in a smelter as well as the wires. I don't know what that bug is. Sometimes I need to open and close it because it doesn't actually unlock what has been connected. It's kind of weird. But yeah, if we get the wires on here as well, we're now able to do our copper part. So I guess we could just get that going if we wanted to, right? Yeah, we could actually send out larvae the same way as we're sending concrete. But that seems a bit more complicated, so I think I'm just gonna pass on that for now, and we'll probably do that eventually, I think. For now, we will just accept it as it is. Alright, so how are we doing over here? I know what we are going to need to do over here. We are going to actually have to do some of this iron as well. So I might as well just set up those root too. So we have them ready to go when they're needed. A little bit of storage there, and I think we should be pretty good off. I'm kind of counting on them to go both directions, picking up iron now, and I think this should be doing that. We'll just put a counter gate on this place, probably on over here somewhere, and then we'll just continue that with a null gate, go all the way up to there. And I don't know how many we need, maybe like 4. I don't think we need that many, to be honest. Probably don't need 8 here either. I imagine if we can go with like 3 here, that's probably fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then they will drop off over there. We have some iron going on here. That should allow us to get the smelters built eventually. Smelters need scrap iron. We're also gonna need this, so we're gonna need quite a bit of smelters. Maybe we should get the iron tile floors going as well here. That could probably be pretty good. Let's have a few of these guys go in right here. Just for now. Probably use counter gates to do this. Okay, so a quick little smelter setup here, and I think we are pretty good to go, to be honest. Not really an issue. We will also bring on some worker ants. We're gonna need a counter gate from here. Just to go and jump on that one. You were set to 1. Probably not. Let's go with maybe 5, something like that. That might even be a little bit too much, but should be fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. We could do something in regards to the productivity here to have copper and iron smelted at the same place, but I think I will just skip that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that is the iron smelted. We are doing okay with this already. Maybe we should start working on these wires now then. That might actually be about time. Same thing there, it's gonna have to be smelters, and then smelters going into some other production facilities. I think 4 is overkill, but we'll do 4 again. And that will be pretty good. Every one of these should have 1, and then you just change this to 50. And everyone is going to go out to that one with max amount. This is only until you have the counter end. Once you have the counter end, you can do that a lot more efficient. But for now, this is the way we're able to do this. And let's set up a counter gate right here. Probably not 50. I imagine something like 3 is probably just fine for that. Bring him on. I guess you can go here. That's fine. That's fine. And let's see. We're gonna have a storage. Same thing here, just a storage so we can actually store what we are producing. That should be pretty good. I wonder if it's probably better to just do this shorter. Don't you think? Okay. I think this should be a faster way to gain quickly resources. And then, yeah, that should be pretty good. I think these guys will kind of die, but that's probably okay. Let's drag you out a little bit so they have space to move. Our smelters are done. These guys are getting smelted. There's definitely too many here. Okay, let's see now then how this will work out. Are you guys doing anything? Not really. Could you please smelt copper for me? That would be insanely efficient. I keep forgetting to add a recipe to these. So we have literally done nothing here for the longest time. There we go. Now we have copper right here, which is very good. That's kind of exactly what we need. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. We are producing majority of the things that we need now. So concrete is being brought in by these guys when they fly in. We have wire production just about to start up right here. So for wires, we're gonna need to put that into a workshop afterwards, I think. Let's get these built. I don't know how many of these we would need. I imagine if we get maybe 2 of them, that's probably fine. We're not gonna need that many wires, and I think that should get our wires going. Once we have the iron up and running, that's kinda it. I do believe. How does it go with our production up here? Do we have anyone that actually made it up here to put anything into this? We have 64. That should mean that we're done with the glass collection, which is really nice. That means that we can start smelting as well as producing the light bulbs. And we also get the large stockpiles. As well as something called a pod worker. A specialized worker can be equipped with energy pods to increase its speed and lifespan. Without an energy pod, it will expire quickly. Alright. We will deal with that eventually. I think for now... yeah, that'll be fine. We'll go over here and we'll go... we're gonna need to smelt some stuff. For those. And then we're gonna need a little bit of production as well. So we're gonna smelt the glass and then we're gonna produce with the glass as well. That should be pretty good. Same setup here, we're just gonna go trails, hauling posts in front of it. It's unfortunate that the counter gate does not allow them to actually drop off at the end of it. That would have been really nice. But you can't have everything. So, how many do we need? Maybe like 1 extra standing around. Put you to here. Hauling post to there. And that should be pretty good. Give me you with glass from all the way up here. It's so nice that you have infinite reach with that, as long as you're on the same island. Super nice. You will go there and you will take only one thing, and that will be that. No, don't do that. Glass, please. Done. Yeah, you're supposed to be glass. Thank you. So that's glass for him. If we look at these guys, they're not done. Same thing with this. So we still need a little bit more iron. How is iron going? All of these are dead. So not so good, I guess. Are we just having too many people working, or what's going on here? 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 3 there. How's this going? We now have all of the concrete that we need. So that looks a-okay. Are we constantly producing with this now? Yes, sort of. And our last glass smelter is just about to come up here, so I think we should start getting ready to produce the light bulbs as well then. I don't really know what we need for the light bulbs, but I'm hoping it's nothing too complex. I'm gonna build the same setup. Maybe that just won't work. But if it does, then I guess that's good. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to figure out something else. It's not much harder than that after all, so yeah. Let's get this set up as well. Those right there, give me a hauling post. And then we're gonna have a 1-4 right there. We'll just go to there. Same thing here, storage point in the corner. You're gonna be... what, light bulbs? And you're going to be assigned to this guy. And that should be pretty good. It's gonna take a little while until they're actually up and active, but it looks like we are already starting to produce some wires. Very nice. Wire production is a go. Wish I could continue with using the iron floors everywhere, but it is extremely expensive to get that going. Need a quick way to move ants around islands to be able to start up iron production as quickly as possible. Because right now we just don't have a choice for that. That's just not possible. This is looking good. Let's get you make light bulbs. 3 glass for 1 light bulb. Okay. Seems fine. These guys are not doing anything. What a surprise. What a surprise. How long do you take to actually smelt? You take 10 seconds for 1. You guys need 3 for... I kind of wish they gave you information about like how long things takes to smelt. I don't know if that's available in the settings or something, but I haven't found anything that indicates that. Would be very nice to see something like that at some point. Do I need to remove old people from here? What happens if you die when you are standing right here? Will that lock everything up, or what will happen? I don't think so. I think it's fine. This guy died, for example. And it seems like this is running fine. So yeah, no, I think it's actually okay. Feels like we are producing the flying ants a lot slower now than we have. Why would that be? Not sure, actually. I think we are offsetting everyone before they die, right? How are you doing? You still have like a full minute until you're dead. You come all the way from up there and you still only have like a minute left. Which is actually fine. Like that's perfectly fine. What about you? Still got a minute left, so you're fine as well. Yeah, we don't really have an issue with that part, I think. Can't wait to get smarter dispensers, so we don't have to have issues with full storages, and then this, for example, is almost empty all the time. Would love to get that fixed, but for now we are focusing on this part, and it is getting dangerously close to getting exactly to where we need it to be. I guess we don't need more of this stuff, so maybe just delete this guy. That seems to be everything we need. We have a little bit of a stockpile here of just 22 when he lands, which should be pretty good. Last thing that we need for this is the energy pods, Where do we get those from? It's like these guys, but there's so few of them. Oh, they are literally super slow to grow. Okay. How is that even possible? Do I just make one long route for that then? Or maybe I'll go over here and get these. They seems to be growing a lot faster at least. I don't know. I don't know. This looks like maybe there's a little bit more as well. Yeah, there's gonna be some weird stuff, I feel like. Let's do some foraging. Really not gonna need very many of these then. If they take like 1,000 seconds, almost 15 minutes real time to pick up for that, we're not gonna need very many. We also don't want to destroy any of these flowers, I guess. Because that could be catastrophe as well. So let's go trail, counter gate. Literally one, I think, is perfectly fine. Maybe two, just to make sure that we're always picking up. But yeah, I think that is even overkill. And this guy should be... I don't need to output that one. He will do that by himself. But we do need to pick up... I guess they will first have to put it on there, but yeah. You need to pick up some stuff. It looks like we are now producing the light bulbs as well. So any minute now we should be seeing our first light bulb coming on right here. Badunk, straight into our floral Iceland scanner here. Which should, if I understand it correctly, this should give us access to even more islands. So this should give us the third island, which is kind of exciting. All right, so in the meantime, while we're waiting for all of our flowers right here to finally get picked up, I decided to start working a little bit on some incubation on this place as well. I realized that now that we don't need the stockpile for the concrete, we can use their ability to still carry stuff by bringing over some larvae, right? So I just kind of smashed in one of these larvae storages right here, and then I put an expansor right here to have them just bring some larvae instead. And that will allow us to have some extra workers at all times, which should be pretty good. We can have these workers go here. Of course we can start combining them as well, but I don't really know what the cost is for that. Combiner, we need to actually start making screws and plates and stuff. I don't really have that at the moment. So yeah, we're just gonna lay low on that for now. They're gonna die eventually, and I think that's fine. If we have a look at this guy, we're still not picking up any of these iron. The iron pod, these energy pods. So we still got a little bit of work to do there. Not really producing that much iron either, but we don't need that much iron. We're actually doing quite alright when it comes to that. Okay, I think we cleared that up. So now I have check gates for all of these. Enter if not carrying any materials. They can go straight forward. And this one should be enter if carrying concrete. Something like that. And they will just loop there forever, to my understanding. Which seems pretty good. We have one energy pod delivered so far. Still getting a lot of research actually, so I guess we could just continue and expanding these. Just get some workarounds on here as well. Concrete cores eventually when we get to yellow science. I don't know how to get that, but it'll be interesting when we get there. Let's get a timer gate. I think we can just upgrade everything that we can reach at the moment. Stockpile gate seems fine. Resin with a slinger could be interesting as well, but I think we have kinda reached a pretty good location there, so let's just go back here. And just in time for us to start getting closer to getting our island scanner, we get the next flying ants scenario here. I found this so cute. Still haven't gotten to the point where it actually does anything to my gameplay. Like, for that matter, it doesn't seem to matter at all, but it's a neat feature. It feels like you have progressed another year every time it happens, which I guess is the whole point of it as well, so that just kind of makes sense, to be honest. Alright, things are looking pretty darn good. Lots of light bulbs being produced. Lots of light bulbs being produced, and there is our floral scanner as well. Did that give us another island? No, it did not. How come? I kind of expected that to happen. We may need to scan the environment. Alright, let's send it. What will we find? Fairly certain that's a jungle location. Very good. That's exactly what we needed for the future upgrades that we have going on here. Reveal a jungle island. And then we're gonna need to build some monuments. This gives us something called a pod worker ant. Didn't we already have that? Pod worker ant empty. Pod worker ant 1. Oh, that's the one that uses the green stuff. Maybe we need to start transitioning into pod workers for the next episode then. Because, yeah, that seems to be a fairly large thing at this point. Alright, yeah. That will be the plan. But we have finally reached... Oh wow, look at this. That is cool. I bought a new graphics card. Maybe that's my old one. Nice. We'll go exploring a little bit in the future then, I guess. That's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, you know where to find me. So click that like button, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.